My guest today is a portrait and music photographer in New York City and all over the world, actually. He actually works in Florida as well and Washington, D.C. I didn't know he was working in all those other places. I haven't seen him in a really long time. He is the headshot photographer in New York City. And I told him if I was in New York City, I'd have you take my headshot. So he told me I could just come in sometime soon. I'm going to do that for sure. He's a wonderful guy. He's got a great, big, wonderful book called Rock and Soul, and you're just going to love these pictures and just love all of it. So here's Barry Morgenstein. Hi, Barry.
Hey, good to see you.
Haven't seen you in eons.
I know,
I'm
and you
not
look
going to count
amazing.
years. Oh, thank you. That's nice. How much do I have to send you to say that? Um, and are you still in New York?
Yes, my studio is
Wow.
in New York City.
How many years?
Right now, there's my studio right here
It's
on
beautiful.
26th Street.
How many
Yeah,
years have you been there?
I've been in this studio maybe 15 years.
Wow.
I was at another studio for 8 years across the street, so I've been here a
Wow.
long time.
Long time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And you were when I was there, they named you the top headshot photographer in the business period. And I sort of looked that up while I was getting ready to talk to you. And
right.
you're still the top headshot. I mean, that's
Hope
incredible
so.
to stay
Yeah,
so. I mean, that's a big deal.
yeah, I hope so. I
Everybody else that
hope I've
came in,
earned that label. Yeah,
nobody else gets a shot at it, you
yeah,
know?
no, I've been doing it.
It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
It's true.
I appreciate it.
I was really amazed when I saw the photos that you took for your book, Rock and Soul.
Right, thank you, thank you. Yeah,
When
that's
did when did you decide to do Rock and Soul?
I've been thinking about it for years because I was the beginning of my career. As you probably know, I was a rock and roll photographer before I got into portraits and
You were a
headshots.
guitar player.
Yeah, I was a guitar player, not a
Right.
good one. That's what got me into photography. And yeah, I started shooting for years, concerts and for record companies and magazines. And I just built up this whole catalog of thousands of slides and black and white negatives back when we shot film. I started selling them on t-shirts, and then people kept saying, you got to do a book. And I kept saying, no, nobody wants to see my book. It's like, but then, my wife and I had friends who kept saying, you have to do a book. It's your legacy. It's your, these are great legendary photos that people want to see. And, we found a great publisher, Ballast Books,
Mhm.
which I love. They've been great. They kind of guided me along, and I went through the process of looking through slides and negatives. I had to scan all the thousands of these to see see how they look and decide what's going to go in the book.
What about the stories, though? I mean, that was during
Yeah,
the 80s where everybody was doing cocaine and drinking like crazy and smoking grass and getting on buses. And I mean, it was nuts. I was in LA in the 80s. So
yeah, yeah.
it
Well, I
was,
was in New York, but
I
yeah,
guess it's the same. I mean,
yeah, yeah. And all those things I didn't do, minus the cocaine I didn't do, but it's like,
but the Studio 54 thing and people letting you in and not letting you in.
yeah, yeah. Which was not my scene because I was more of a disco type of club. I was at the rock and roll clubs with all the
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy long-haired rock and rollers.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, but it was the 80s, 90s. I shot a lot. So
What was David Bowie like? Because he's
it
gotten
was
this
nice. Yeah.
reputation for being like this multi-sexual person. Um, people use that word fluid now, and
Right.
I don't understand fluid, you
No,
know.
I don't get that either.
But
But
he was one of the first people that ever sort of was okay with whatever, wasn't he?
yeah, well, I guess that was the glam rock thing in the 70s that came about. And he was the first one. I think androgynous was the term they used
That's right.
him. Yeah. So but when I saw him, he was kind of like more calmed down. He wasn't the Ziggy Stardust David Bowie. He was the just like he looked really cool. He had the slick back kind of pompadour hair,
I
really good looking. He was like thin, dressed in suits. But he was nice. I met him briefly before I shot the concert, and he was just a nice gentleman. Just a great guy. So brilliant artist. So it was
What
an
a
honor to shoot
voice.
him.
What a
Yeah, I
voice.
know. It was
And
a
this
real honor to shoot him. And the shots I have him in the book are just really great shots, if I have to say. Just
I'm
I
sure
was
he
lucky.
liked him. I'm sure he liked.
Yeah.
And then these are all my favorite people, so I'm asking you about my favorite people.
Yeah, that's right.
Elton John, I did not know. Now you're gonna laugh. I was very naive and I lived in, a very southern, town with horses,
Right.
you know. And I thought Elton John was straight. I
Oh,
thought
we
Antelope
all
was
did.
straight. Oh, we all did?
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Oh,
well,
thank
because
God. My
yeah,
my
because
daughters are like, how could you possibly think that with the hats and the shoes, heels and the
no,
glasses
but
and all that?
it was the 70s, so that's like
We just
that
didn't
was
think about
like
that. You
Bowie
think
looked like
about,
Bowie, and like Mick Jagger wore makeup, and Freddie Mercury wore, you know, nail polish or whatever. But that was like the 70s look, and a lot of the guys who did that, not Freddie Mercury, not Elton, but a lot of them were still straight too. That was just
yeah,
it was
yeah.
kind of more the feminine look, I guess, for men back there with long hair and
My
the way they
daughters
dress.
are like,
So
how could you
we just,
possibly be so naive? Look at
yeah,
John, he's
no,
got
no,
plastic glasses and the big, And I'm
yeah,
like,
no.
really? It just didn't cross our mind,
Yeah, no, I always talk about with my assistant with that because he's a big Elton John fan, and we always say like, remember when when he announced it, it was like, really, Elton John's gay? It's like now we look back, I'm like, well, yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're like, well, of course he is.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like my kids. They're like, how could
Yeah.
you miss that,
All
Mom?
right. Yeah.
Um,
It's the 70s, different time.
yeah. And then there was in the 80s, there were
Yeah.
people that came out that
Yeah, but then it was more acceptable.
nobody knew they were gay.
Right. Right.
I
Yeah.
was I was at La Caja Fall on an evening with that's a place in case people don't know it was the top place you could go see female impersonators and it was
Right.
on La Cienega in West Hollywood. And I was there and it was really fun and the people were wonderful. The best, you would swear it's Donna Summer, you would swear it's Cher.
Right.
And the announcer said, would Elizabeth Taylor like to say anything? And so she stood up and everybody clapped for her.
Oh,
And
wow.
and then she said, and I'm here with my date, Rock Hudson.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
he stands up next to her. And I thought, oh my God, these people are beautiful, right?
Right.
Really something. I mean, the
Yeah.
same place as them. That's cool.
Right.
I've never gotten over that. I always I don't go gaga over anybody. I'm just grateful that I've gotten to meet so many celebrities, had them in my house. You know what I mean? I've just had
That's amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you're lucky.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so Rock Hudson was getting sick at that time and I didn't know it.
Right.
And Elizabeth Taylor was putting so much money and so much effort into, programs to try to help people that had AIDS. And and I just feel really blessed that I got to see them together because then I saw Elizabeth Taylor at Michael Jackson's wedding, but it was different this night. She was just out,
Yeah, well,
out,
both are pretty
yeah,
fascinating. Yeah, because I'm more of I love old Hollywood. I'm real influenced by old Hollywood. I love old movies. So I
yeah,
like that era and that genre. I love Rock Hudson and Elizabeth Taylor. So
yeah,
that's
amazing,
pretty cool that you
amazing
got to meet
people.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
very
didn't
nice.
meet
Yeah.
Rock Hudson. I just met her, but
Yeah, but still you saw
yeah,
them though. That's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was friends with Liza Minnelli when she was married to David Guest, and
Mhm.
I went to all of his parties. And he was a old paraphernalia art collector, of all the things that they had from old Hollywood, like you're talking
Oh,
about.
that's great. Wow.
So I ended up buying some of that for my house.
Oh, nice.
I have Jane Russell's original Outlaw poster,
Oh,
like
you
5 feet. I'm looking at it. It's like 5 feet by 4 feet.
yeah.
I've got another one the same size that's Shirley Temple. I've just got neat stuff. Um, but
Yeah, my all my house is all old movie posters too.
oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not originals or anything, but just nice,
Well, my husband, before he passed away, he was on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame board, and he helped get the Rock
Oh,
and Roll Hall of Fame built in Cleveland.
nice.
So I got involved with that, and that was
Oh,
really
yeah, that's
fun.
right. You mentioned that, right? Yeah, that's great.
So
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of the clothes they wore, but I haven't seen all that many pictures of them,
right.
you know. So
Yeah, that's so
so
great.
so where did you meet Elton John and what was that like?
Well, I was hired to shoot he had two big concerts at Madison Square Garden,
Mhm.
1997, I think. So some of his management company hired me just to be his personal photographer for the concerts.
Wow.
So normally it's like when you're shooting a concert for it's a record company or magazine, you're in the what they call the photo pit, which is right in front of the show. You don't probably know, right when you're shooting the concert, it's right in front of the stage. Uh, and usually with about 30 other photographers fighting for that shot. So with Elton John, it was only me, which was really cool. Uh,
That's so good.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was very
That's
surreal because I grew up
so
going to
good.
concerts at the Garden. Matt, that was a
Wow.
place to see rock and roll concerts. And so
Like
here I
like
am by
pinch
myself.
yourself. You're like pinching yourself,
Yeah,
It's like
exactly. And there's which I won't tell because it's in the book and it's a really funny story with Elton John with me in the photo pit. So I'd rather let people see it, read the book.
okay, so you wrote stories about the
Yeah,
people
so
in the book.
some of the photos have good stories.
Well,
Some are
I was hoping we could touch on some that aren't in the book, if there were some in the book, because I haven't gotten to see the book except online. So I haven't gotten to
right.
see, and I
Yeah,
haven't gotten to see even pages and pages. I just got to
right.
see the cover and some of the photos that you sent me.
Yeah, well, it's a
I
funny
can't
story with it.
wait
Yeah,
to see them. I just can't wait to
yeah.
see. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure
yeah, there's a couple of good stories with everybody, and some I don't really remember. There was no story, so I just said where I shot them, and maybe the year. So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's a great variety. It's all kinds of music like you see on the cover. You have rock, you have pop, you have blues, you have jazz, and I've shot.
Steven Tyler is like got the
Yeah,
best voice in the whole world. He's got this
yeah,
huge range, and he can
and
just
he was
sing.
fun to photograph too. Yeah, and I got a really killer shot of him
I,
and
I'm I'm
other band members. So
I'm sure you
yeah.
do. Do you have a Steven Tyler story?
No, him I didn't meet. I just hit this like
Oh,
in the yeah, him I just shot the concert.
I
I
just
actually did not
like
meet him.
him. I like him so much.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great.
Yeah.
Aerosmith is great.
Who was your favorite person to shoot?
Probably Paul McCartney because I'm a big Beatles fan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
right. And
yeah,
you
so that was pretty huge. McCartney. But I like shooting some of the old blues guys like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan,
oh
BB
yeah.
King,
Oh
uh,
wow.
Chuck Berry because I'm a big rock and roll. From from
How
the
old
history of
was he
rock and
when you
roll.
how old were you or how old was he when you got him?
Well, it was still was in the probably late 80s when I shot him, early 90s. So he was he was still
He was still
great.
playing.
Yeah, he was played at a club called the Ritz in New York City, small
Yeah.
club. So it was real intimate. It was like I got up
Wow.
nice and close, I got some
Wow.
good sweaty shots of him.
Oh,
But he was, still at his peak. But he's one of the originators, the father of rock and roll, they call him. So for
that,
me, that was a real honor.
that's right. BB
Yeah,
King. That's
I never
right.
got to shoot Elvis, so but I got to shoot Chuck Berry,
I
so that's
never got to see Elvis live either.
no,
So
no, me neither.
it just
I have a memory of when I was a little kid driving in my parents' car in Birmingham, Alabama, because that's where my mom was from. And I
oh,
remember seeing a big concert and it said Elvis in concert tonight, and didn't think much of it at the time. Then years later, I'm like, oh my God.
why didn't we go?
I know exactly. Right, exactly.
Mom, what were you thinking?
Right,
Oh
exactly.
gosh, I would just love to have seen him. I used to watch him on TV all the
Oh,
time.
it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did a lot of watching TV, and I
Yeah.
think that's why I ended up in TV because
Yeah, that makes sense.
I
That
loved it,
makes sense. Yeah.
and I was the only child for 6 years,
Right.
and my parents were doing all kinds of other things. So I watched a lot of television, and I was nearsighted, and I didn't have any glasses. So I sat on the floor in front of the big tube TV, like probably
Right.
a foot away from the television set, and I just sit there forever.
Oh,
Uh,
I love TV. I can't.
yeah, I do.
And the old black and white. That's how I got into black and white movies. Was just my little black and white TV, and then I'd watch the old black and white movies. Whether it's Sunday morning or late night, and then well, I was
Yeah,
hooked. You
yeah.
know.
Did you ever see Lady Di?
No, no, never
Because
did.
I would have liked to have met her. She just
Yeah,
seemed,
I do. I have a feature on my Facebook. I always have that I'll say photo I wish I took or
oh, that's
person I
cool.
wish I took.
I like
And I
that.
remember I posted this one beautiful black and white of Princess Di.
Oh,
And it's
beautiful.
I would have loved, she's at the top of my list of somebody I would have loved to have photographed. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and there's been so many movies and things about
right.
but
Well, they did that one, The Crown, which I thought was great.
I did too.
Yeah, I really loved that.
And the
So,
woman that played her,
oh, that was
fabulous,
haunting how close she was.
fabulous,
Yeah.
fabulous.
Had her
Yeah,
mannerisms down, everything looked like her.
everything and
Yeah.
and height. I mean, it's hard to find somebody
Yeah.
that looks like her that's 6 feet tall.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
she was amazing. That was a great show.
it
Yeah.
was. So I know you probably have a story about Paul McCartney in your book, but you got to tell me something about Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Well, his was just the story I tell, which is pretty simple and pretty silly because here I am anticipating meeting a Beatle, growing up with the Beatles, and so I'm backstage Madison Square Garden, and I'm waiting for him to come out because I was about to shoot the show, and he comes walking out with him and Linda at the time, his wife Linda, and I just kind of looked like he was maybe 10 feet away, 20 feet away. And I just looked him in the eye and like all I can muster up was I looked him in the eye and I just looked at him. I said, holy heck. It's like,
I bet he laughed like,
he had a little smirk on his face, like, like I always say, I'm sure he had that ridiculous response every day of his life. So he's used to it, but that was all I could muster up basically. So
I
yeah,
understand.
that's my story with
Isn't
McCartney.
it,
Yeah.
isn't it amazing that there's like that he's still doing this and
Yeah,
he's
and he still sounds great
good.
at
I
80, at 80.
know.
His voice is great. His band is great.
He just played down the street, but the tickets were $800 a piece.
Oh, wow.
And I just, I'm not working right now, so I can't spend $800 on a ticket unless I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really got to
Yeah.
be. And it
I know.
was. I really wanted to go, but I
Right.
didn't really want to go by myself. And I don't know
Right.
anybody down here that has $800 to spend.
Right. Right. Well, I hope he comes back to New York because I'll
Ah,
somehow get the tickets because I would love to go.
oh, me
Yeah.
too.
I
So
just
I never met him and I never saw him at any of these parties or anything. So
right.
he's really like out there for me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
star. A
He's a
star.
Beatle, so yeah.
So one of the saddest days I ever had that wasn't about my family was when John Lennon got shot.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Hmm.
That was a very hard. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
again, and he was my favorite Beatle too. So,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. I'll never forget that
absolutely,
day. Yeah.
absolutely no reason.
Yeah. I went to that vigil they had the next Sunday in Central Park where everybody sat and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
played the song. So that was pretty amazing.
yeah, it was pretty awful. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
But
But
I do have a photo of Yoko Ono in the book, actually, believe it or not. So yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wanted to talk to you about that when I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame so often in
yeah.
Cleveland. Um, there was a wonderful exhibit. I think I told you about it.
I don't
And
remember.
there was
No.
a phone there.
Mm. Oh, the glasses.
The
Right. You did.
phone there, yeah, the
Right.
phone there,
Right.
and she might call. So
Right.
people went up there because she might call, and she did
Right.
call sometimes.
Right. Oh, that's
But
nice.
but the glasses, those little glasses were spectacles were there, and they had splattered blood on them.
Right.
Um, and
So
then
I
a
meant,
couple of other things, and it just brought it to life in your head. It just really kind
right.
of you can't unsee that,
No.
you know.
Yeah. No. I'll never forget that. That was the biggest celebrity loss for me, for sure.
Hmm. Especially somebody gets killed.
Yeah, and the way. Yeah. Right. Exactly the way it happened.
Diane Keaton was last week, and it was
Right.
painful. She was
Right.
older. She wasn't old enough, but she was old.
Right.
But
Yeah. It
people
wasn't such a shock.
get shot. I mean,
Right.
just like, what?
Exactly.
What?
Right. No.
He's a
Yep.
singer. Leave him alone.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, really,
Right.
it's just too, and the most peaceful, peace-oriented guy.
Right, exactly. And so
It's
to die
just
violently like that is kind of
awful,
made it
awful.
even more shocking for sure.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense at all.
No, no,
So you got into the music thing and then you got into the photography thing, but do you still play?
no,
You don't play anymore?
no. I mean, if I'm at see a guitar, I'll have fun and strum a few chords that I remember. But yeah,
No, that's
it's
good. That's
yeah.
who else do you want to take pictures of that's alive now
As far as musicians or just in general,
in general?
let's see. I mean, probably not many. Well, yeah, probably not many musicians because there's not a lot of music today that I like.
I
So I can
know.
think of there's probably like four actors that I really would be on my bucket list to photograph. That would be Al Pacino. Not that these are ever going to happen, but they're still in my head. That would be on my bucket list. Al Pacino, Clint Eastwood, John
Oh,
Voight, and
Chuck who?
John Voight.
John Boyd. Yeah, I
John
love him.
Voight. Yeah, I
I-
love John Voight. And I would say like a student, I did photograph actually who is actually in the book is Gary Sinise, who I love.
oh,
Um, but
marvelous.
I photographed him in concert with his band, Lieutenant Dan Band. That's why he's in the book. But I would love to get him in the studio too, because another person I just admire as a
Yeah,
person, is what
yeah.
he does for military and veterans. Because so I really admire that.
Well,
So
he,
those are my top four that for as far
yeah.
as entertainers, I guess.
Well, if I run into them anywhere, I'll tell them.
Yes, please send them over.
I'll hook you up.
I know.
Um,
Yeah,
you never
you
know
know a
with
lot of
me.
people.
I do. I do.
Yeah.
I remember one time when I was on General Hospital, there was a girl, it was very clicky, and I wasn't in the clique. I was new,
Right.
So I decided they weren't going to ask me to lunch, so I'll get the people in my storyline to be my little clique.
Right.
And that's what I did. So there was a girl that played my doctor. I was crazy on the show. And Olivia was great. So I'm in my dressing room, we're running lines, and she starts telling me a story. I know her name was Vicky, and she started telling me a story about her sister Patricia. And so I'm listening, listening, and then she gets to this part about kidnapping, and I'm like, "What? Your sister was kidnapped?"
Oh,
She goes, "You don't, Patty Hearst? You don't know anything
oh,
about Patty Hearst?"
wow.
It's like,
Kidding. I didn't know Patty Hearst had a sister that was an actress.
she's got a sister. It's an actually got three sisters.
Wow.
I've met
Oh, wow.
Mary, and I've met Anne, and I've met I think there's three, but I know there's Vicky and Mary because
That's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was like I couldn't
Shocking.
believe it. So then she took me up to the Windtune, which was such a beautiful place. It's a place where I guess Marion Davies and Randolph used to hang, and there was all these different houses, and when you get up there, you get to pick your house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
nice.
and like I get to pick my house,
Right.
and they've got frescoes on them, so you can pick the Cinderella house, you can pick the Snow White house, you can
Oh,
go.
wow. Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
great.
it was just, one of those crazy things that
Right.
you just go, oh my God, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal to me. And my other really stupid story was I met Morgan Freeman when I went to a screening in St. Louis Obispo. My Zac Efron starred in my movie that I made, so I went
Hmm.
with him,
Right.
and that's where he's from.
Okay.
So I'm walking down whatever street it was, and I see him standing there with all these people around him, and I'm like, I need to go say hi to him.
Right.
And so I was trying to wait till the people stopped, and he just wouldn't stop, and he wasn't moving. So I walked over to him, and I said, and I went, "You're made out of wax." He was standing in front of the wax museum.
Oh,
No wonder he wasn't moving,
oh.
and no wonder people kept gathering around him. And it was on the sidewalk. I was like,
Wow.
I need new glasses really bad.
That's a good rendition for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty good. Wow, that's funny. That is
I know. I was like,
funny.
oh my
That's very
God,
funny.
I couldn't believe I did that. Craziness,
So,
craziness.
it was actually after my music career, it was actually soap operas that first I got into when I started doing like portraits. That was my first, I guess, segue into shooting headshots and portraits. Was a friend of mine. I was shooting models and stuff like that, and some fashion. Um, and but somebody said, you should go see. I was shooting out of Montclair, New Jersey, my studio, and then
Oh,
somebody said, "Oh, you should go visit a soap opera magazine," and they were in Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey, and just show
yes.
them your portfolio. And I showed them, and they liked it, and they started immediately sending me out to soap operas to shoot, and then actors started asking for me too. So
Of course.
that's how that was my connection with the New York soap operas.
Yeah. How do you think headshots have changed in the past like 10 years?
Just less. It used to be black and white with film. I remember it was always black and white. Now it's just color. So that's really it. I think. Well, now I don't like the path it's going, and I'm not following it. But they're trying to do. They say they want to see actors with colored backgrounds, like bright blue and red and orange and pink. And I'm like, I think that's tacky, and I think it takes away from the actors. I'm more about my backgrounds are gray, classic backgrounds.
Mhm.
I was inspired by photographers like Scubullo, simple backgrounds. You see portraits that he did of all the actors or whoever. That's just a simple because it's focusing on the person, like you said earlier, on the eyes and the personality. And
What
to me,
I'm
if you use
seeing,
color backgrounds, it takes away from it.
it does. You're right. What
Yeah.
I'm seeing, what I'm seeing is a lot of it's like people are making faces,
Mm,
or they're trying to look angry, or they're trying to look, just different things that you would be doing if you were in a scene.
right.
And it I think it's weird.
Yeah, it's funny. I did a shoot this morning with an actor, older actor, and he said, "Well, I want to come in because should I wear a bunch of should I wear a doctor's outfit and a policeman's uniform?" I said, "No, no, don't do any of that. Just, they'll know how to cast you if they want you for a role. You just need a good photo of you, to show your personality. You don't come in with costumes and they don't want to see you, fireman's uniform, or anything like that. It's
You'd
just
be
so,
surprised they don't have any, they, so many, I don't want, is anybody listening? Um, they have very little imagination,
yeah.
very
Oh,
little.
the
Very,
casting.
yeah,
Oh,
well,
well,
it's
then I
not,
probably have.
or whoever else. I think casting people probably have
Yeah.
more,
All
but
right.
the other people don't have them.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. I,
You have to show them the hat. I'm like, really?
right.
I'm
Right.
like, that's yeah, because I got asked to come in with a police uniform, and I said,
Right.
no, I'm not. I
Right.
don't work for anybody that's that stupid.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I was like, if they can't envision anything,
Right.
then
Yeah.
it's not going to be a good
I
show.
know. Yeah.
No.
So I talk people into that when they suggest it, so it's like, but yeah, I don't do the color background. So I've had so many people say, well, I had a few agents say, well, I can't recommend you if you're not going to shoot in color backgrounds. I'm like, okay, oh, well, I'm sticking to what I shoot. My photos are classic and classy, and I'm not going to do any fads or anything like that.
When did
So
that start?
I don't know, maybe the past 5 or so years.
Wow, I
Yeah, I
never.
just started noticing with a lot of people. And I see other headshot photographers, younger headshot photographers, and they're using those backgrounds I'm just not going to do it. I
It's
do what
like
I
a
do best.
school picture, you know that?
Yeah, no, it's very cheesy and yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're yeah, in high school they put
Right.
you know,
Yeah, exactly.
a
Yeah.
blue one or a red one or yeah,
Yeah.
that's odd.
Yeah. So that's really the only change besides, all color now, obviously with digital. So,
Well,
no
here
question.
out here there's a different they want you to look like you're sort of like in a scene or you're thinking about something else or um as if it were like a snapshot out of a movie. Uh,
Yeah.
and if you don't have the right face for whatever it is they're looking for, are they going to pass that up?
No, yeah, no,
I just feel like if you're going to be in the entertainment business, you should be a little bit creative and you should have
right.
some vision, have some kind of
I
vision.
agree. Absolutely.
Um, so yeah, and now we all have to we have to audition on, we have to do self tapes. You're familiar with
Right.
it. Oh,
Right.
it's not fun. It's not fun.
No, I'm sure.
I have to call my daughter and see if she'll be on the phone and I'm serious and set her up, and then
Right.
set up my laptop and then set up my phone so that she can see me on this and I can hear her on the phone. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's just not conducive to really,
Yeah.
really
Right.
great work. So I'm
Right.
surprised,
Right.
that people are still doing that, except for the money. I mean, they're saving a lot of money,
Right.
but the best people are not going to be that good on those situations unless you
Absolutely. I agree.
help, So yeah,
Very
but
good.
I love producing. I love that.
Well, that's good.
And and I love theater and I never got to do it. So I'm probably going to do more of that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Singing.
All of it, all of it.
Yeah, that's so great. What style do you sing? Like Broadway show
Yeah,
music?
yeah, but
Oh,
I also sing disco. Remember, I told you I was in a disco band.
oh,
I've
that's right. Yeah.
done cabarets all over the place. I've done,
Right.
all that. I've done all that. I used to I never waited tables. I sang.
Lucky. Good.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
My daughter did something at a restaurant where she was in charge of where everybody sat. And she's like, "Oh, mom, this is so hard. This is just so hard."
Right.
And then you have to sweep. You have to sweep. I'm like, "You're sweeping?" I just couldn't believe it. I was like, "Get out of there. I don't like that for you."
Yeah. Sure.
So do you have children?
I have two stepchildren, not my own children.
How
My
old are they?
my stepson is 16, Liam. My stepdaughter's, probably get this wrong. I think she's 24 or 25, Sienna.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
she's like her mom, beautiful young girl. She's talented too, and she does.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What does she do?
Well, she does. How do I describe it? It's like she does. I guess they're kind of like advertisements. I know I'm gonna get this wrong. It's like I don't want to call her an influencer because it's more than that. She does very talented. She does basically she'll do for Amazon or other major companies and do little promos, which she's going to do a promo for my book, which I'm excited about.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll
I
be
know, but
great.
see, yeah,
Yeah.
so she does those and does really well. Just like She's she has followers too, like I think 1 million followers too.
Yeah.
So, she could be an actress too, or a model if she wanted to, but she has no interest in that. So
Well, if
yeah,
she did, if she's got 1 million followers, she could get her own show.
probably. Well, she does different things on YouTube. She has different shows too.
They
So
really
she
do. They really do.
Yeah, so she does kind of a little of everything.
Oh,
So she's great, yeah. And so yeah, that my two stepchildren too, who
cool.
have a dedication in my book too.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful. So
yeah.
when can I get this book?
Well, it's available now. It's actually
It's not at the Barnes and
so
Noble
it
here.
was for available for pre-sales, but now I do have them. So if you go to my website, click on it,
Oh, okay.
and I'll
Okay.
get it right out to you.
Okay, because I called
Yeah.
the Barnes and Noble and I was wanting to get it and I couldn't get it. So,
Okay. Yeah, I think they are going to have it. Maybe not to the 4th, November 4th, but I have them. So just go to I'll send you the link, but you can find my website.
okay. So you
Click on
don't
it.
have any nasty stories about any of these people that you took pictures of that you can tell us?
Not really nasty. No, not really. No, no, I've been lucky.
Well, shoot. That's what everybody wants.
Maybe some funny stories about soap opera actors I tell.
Okay, that I'll dish with you for that.
But yeah,
Who, who, who?
I shouldn't mention names.
Oh, come
I
on.
had some funny stories. I had some, no, you know what? I had a great time on the soap operas. I'm still friends with some of the people I met on the shows.
Sure.
Um, I just bumped into Joe Barber. I don't know if you knew him from Another World.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I bumped into him the other night at an event, and I hadn't seen him for years, and we're just great catching up. I know he's on Broadway now. I'm probably going to go see him in his
What
show.
is he? What's he in?
I forget the name, but it's a Bobby Darin show.
Oh, I'll have to go
So
see.
yeah, I forget the name, but it's supposed to be really good. He doesn't play Bobby Darin, but he's got a major role.
I
So
usually I go up at Christmas time and see everything.
oh, you should because I hear that's a really good show. So
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna
I'll do that. I'll do
yeah.
that.
So yeah, but I met some great people, but I had some funny stories too when I was on set too, because I would shoot all the episodic when they would have you on the set, shooting while they were filming. So, got to know a lot of the actors.
Hmm.
I think I was kind of more Another World. I was kind of like the photographer there. Like they would really recommend me, and I was always on set. Um, so yeah, those were fun days actually.
Nice people in another world.
Yeah, they're really nice. So yeah.
Yeah,
So I made a
yeah.
couple of friends with. So
I'm still friends with everybody. You
no,
know.
that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just love
yeah,
them.
yeah.
The one that we just lost was Tristan,
All right. I
and
think I might.
that
Oh,
was
I think I
very
remember.
sad.
Oh,
Tristan Rogers died. He played Scorpio on
oh
John.
wow. Oh, that's too bad.
Mhm. And then Monica played the doctor, and she'd been on that show since I was like 6 or something, like
Hmm.
ever a really long time.
Right.
You get really close to these people because you
Right.
feel like you know them
Right.
if you're watching it, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, but I'm grateful to have friends like that. You know, it's really nice.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and
That
people
was great
people
memories for
from New
sure.
York to LA all the time, so I get to see some of the people from there.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
I loved having you on the show. I hope you had
Well,
a good
thank you.
time.
I had a great time. Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
So
Thanks for having me.
you're welcome. So I'm gonna put all these pictures up
Oh,
uh,
thanks. Yeah.
along
And
with
if people want to
when
check
we
out the book, just go to my website,
and when we were talking about,
barrymorgenstein.com.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
we'll plug it and we'll send it out and it'll be flying off the shelves.
I appreciate that. I
You're
really,
welcome.
that was great. So great seeing you. Hopefully you'll have me back.
You too. I'd love to. And I need a
Yeah.
headshot.
Yeah. Let me know when you're in New York.
Okay. God
Sounds
bless.
good.
Talk to you later, honey.
Great talking to you.
Okay, you too.
Bye bye.
Bye. Well, I hope everybody loved my friend, Barry Morgenstein. He's really, really great. And I really want you to see all these pictures. I wish you could have told me all the stories, but they're in the book. So you can pick up the book on his website. I'll put that down below in the comments. And I'll also put his new big launch party, which is happening in Virginia on November 15th in Arlington, Virginia. So you don't want to miss that. That's going to be fun. So I'm going to put all that information down below in the comments and leave me a few comments about what you thought and if you liked it and all the different stories you have of some of these people. We can share that together with one another. I also have another idea that I'm going to do in the show, so I'll bring that to you real soon. It's kind of like current events and what's going on, and I'd like to be able to have it be something that I talk about and then you talk back to me. So I'm working on um, the dynamics of how I can put that together, what the computery kind of technical things are. because I want to be able to take calls and have conversations with you. All right. So God bless you. Glad you're back. Glad I'm back. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.